And we have a blockbuster final to talk about. What's up, tennis fans? CB Picks here. We're going to talk to you about the final preview for Sinner and Zverev at the Madrid Masters. Let's take a look at the matchup. And guys, doesn't it feel like we talk about this matchup every single Masters series? It feels like these guys get to a round where they are going to play each other. So kind of exciting stuff, but we kind of know the way this story has gone the last few matches, or should I say, the last 8 matches have all gone Sinner's way. But let's first talk about how they got there. Sinner able to take out Arthur Fils 6-2, 6-4 in the semis. And, we talked a little bit about this match here going into it, guys, and I think we kind of nailed it on the head. A couple of big things that we saw. Number one, how many backhands did Arthur Fils hit here today? It felt like he was only hitting backhands. I didn't see a not many clean looks on the forehand, and we talked about how Sinner was going to limit the looks on the forehand for Fils, where he's able to line it up, because Sinner knows that that's his money-making shot, and that's the shot that is going to provide a lot of offense for Fils. Today, he didn't get really any clean looks. We saw him, especially in the first set, a 6-2 set. Sinner was up 5-1, but Fils on his back foot, trying to find some semblance of offense. In the second set, we saw Fils start to rally a little bit better on the cross backhand side, and the one big thing that I noticed, he started to change directions on that backhand and take a few more risks down the line, and that's kind of what you have to do to break that cross pattern. Otherwise, Sinner is just going to continue to pound the ball to that corner. But I felt like that was too few and far between. Sinner also able to find his down the line ball on the backhand side, where he was able to really pin Fils out to the backhand corner and then just rope a backhand down the line. We saw that plenty of times. I believe that's the shot that he hit to get the break point, to go up 5-4 and serve for the match. Fils did start to get a little bit more control of the court with the forehand, but it really just wasn't enough. It was like 1 every 4 points doing that, and I think there's a lot to learn here for Arthur Fils, and I think this is a match that he can definitely take. And if he plays Sinner in Roland Garros or maybe Rome, I don't know if both guys or Sinner obviously going to play Rome, but I'm not sure if Fils is going to play Rome. Probably would be smart to rest maybe a little bit, but if they play again on the clay, I think Fils can make a few adjustments to try to get himself to see a few more forehands. And I just feel like maybe a little bit of variation. I felt like that his backhand is solid, but when you're hitting the same ball to Sinner, he can redirect it whenever he wants. He can hit the ball bigger whenever he wants. Maybe a little bit of variation there from Arthur Fils, potentially going up the middle to try to take that angle away from Sinner. I think there's a few more things that he's going to be able to try here if they meet again. So I would be surprised if it was as much of a beatdown as this if they meet again in Roland Garros. Do I think Fils is going to be able to win a match like that on a stage like Roland Garros? Probably not, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was able to take a set or two and really force the issue on Sinner. Next match was Zverev taking out Alexander Blockx, and guys, as much as I felt like we kind of hit the Sinner Fils match right on the head, I think I got this Zverev Blockx match entirely wrong. I did pick Zverev, and I thought it was going to be a much more difficult match, but it wasn't. This was a domination from Zverev from start to finish. His serving extremely dominant. He was aiming most of the serves to the middle of the he was aiming most of the serves to the tee. Going over the lower part of the net, trying to get that high percentage of first serves in, and that did him a lot of justice there, able to just kind of neutralize Blockx and not allow him to take advantage. Now, guys, I did say that I thought the blocks movement and the block speed, which has kind of impressed us all tournament, I thought that was going to be a big difference here against Zverev. I didn't think that Zverev drop shot stood a chance. I was entirely wrong. Zverev able to pull out that drop shot every now and then and surprise blocks, and he got a lot of success hitting that. We saw that multiple times here. As much as I had said, guys, that Kaboli was the best match Zverev played, I kind of feel like this one also takes the cake here. I really liked the way that Zverev looked, and I think he's playing very confident on this surface. We talked about all week how this surface tends to favor the bigger server. And we're seeing Zverev find a lot of success here. Let's take a look at those numbers from Zverev. 77% of first serves in. That is a tough, tough number there for Blockx to battle against. 85% of points won on his first serve. And here's the kicker. He won 67% of second serves. He faced no break points today. So this was just a extremely strong performance from Alexander Zverev. You look at like the winner count, Zverev at 34, Blockx at 36, not too bad, for Blockx. Blockx being able to outmatch him there. But Zverev able to use that first strike tennis that we know him so well, and he played so confidently today. Now we have a matchup in the finals against Zverev and Sinner. Head-to-head here is 9-4. But as we've talked about before, Sinner has won the last 8 matches. Zverev has not beaten Sinner since the U.S. Open in 2023. Let's go through their last few matches here in 2026. They've played 3 times already, and honestly, guys, something is telling me this is probably going to be a preview of the Roland Garros final. But we will talk about that in our Roland Garros preview. In Indian Wells, Sinner was able to take Zverev out 6-2, 6-4. Remember those Indian Wells courts a little bit slower. They took the action away on the serve from Zverev. In Miami, the court's a little bit faster. They kick a little bit more. They have a little bit more speed to them. And Zverev was able to push the issue here, getting Sinner winning 6-3, 7-6. Close match there, though, for Zverev. Chances to win that second set against Sinner. And then you think maybe he's going to be able to turn it here on the clay in Monte Carlo, but not to be. We see the same exact thing that we talk about all the time against Zverev. How do you beat this guy? Make him play more than a serve plus 1. Start to put the balls back. Get some heavy, deep shots back to the middle of the court and just be a little bit patient and try to move him around as much as you can with your depth. And the longer you extend those points, the less it kind of favors Zverev. He wants to end these points pretty quickly using the serve plus 1, a potentially return plus 1. We've seen him try to serve and volley a little bit more. Not as comfortable doing that, but it's a way for him to kind of increase the opportunity to keep those points a little bit shorter, which he knows he's not going to really be able to win a match of grinding out points against a Sinner or an Alcaraz. Sinner wins 6-1, 6-4 in the semifinals of Monte Carlo. Now, these courts here in Madrid are slightly faster than the ones in Monte Carlo, so I think we might see a better serving performance from Zverev. Let's take a look at the serving numbers here from Alexander Zverev here in Monte Carlo. Not great. 59% of serves in, won only 44%, and then 55% on the second serve points won. So obviously only 14 winners from him. I think we're going to see a better serving day here in Madrid, just because the court is a little bit faster than Monte Carlo is. For Sinner, in my opinion, I just think this is kind of like even if he brings the B plus game, I think he's going to be able to get through a match like this. Um, Even if Zverev serves the way he did against Alexander Blocks, I don't see him being able to really win a match of this magnitude against Sinner. Looking at their hours on court here, we have Sinner with 8 hours and 25 minutes and Zverev with 8 hours and 43 minutes. Both these guys are fitness animals, though, so I don't think that's going to really weigh on us here. As we talked about before, we have Sinner coming in. He's 10-0 on the clay, 11-2 last year, 11-2 the year before. He's definitely going to pass that 11 mark, guys, barring anything crazy happening. Zverev, on the other hand, is 11-2 on the clay this year, 18-7 last year, 23-6 the year before. Sinner able to get through Bonzi in 3 tough sets. Moeller, Norrie, Hadar, and Feast all in straight sets. We talked about how well Hadar is playing on the clay. Sinner beats him in straights. How well Arthur Feast is playing on the clay. Sinner only dropped 6 games to him today. Zverev himself able to get through Novoni in 3 sets, Terence Ottman in straights, Menchik in 3, Koboli in straights, and Blockx in straights. I do feel like Zverev is playing much stronger tennis now than he has been. I think that's going to give him a little bit of confidence. And here, guys, for me, I think Zverev's really got to keep this close. Got to have some confidence going into Roland Garros. I think this is a big, if he loses this the same way he lost Monte Carlo 6-1, 6-4. If he only wins 5 games here, I just feel like that's just going to be a big shot to the confidence, especially considering you're the number 3 guy. Now you're the number 2 guy coming into Roland Garros. So you should be able to kind of force the issue here. I think we're going to be looking at like a 6-4, 7-5 win for Sinner. I think it's going to be close, maybe a 7-6. Maybe we'll see another breaker similar to what we saw in Miami with Zverev serving pretty well there. I think we're going to see a very close match here. Zverev will have chances. I just feel like Sinner is too strong. This is obviously going to be the best returner Zverev has seen all tournament. We know how good Sinner is at neutralizing the serve of Zverev and being able to challenge him on the ground as well. If Zverev can keep these points short, then he's definitely going to be able to stand a chance against Sinner. But we know that Sinner is just such a strong clay quarter, and now with Alcaraz out, he is the odds-on favorite to win Roland Garros. Let's take a look at the odds here. I know we don't do this very often, but I do kind of like seeing the way that the markets kind of look at these numbers with these guys, and just to see, because you remember the Alexander Blocks match, both times we saw a little bit of a lopsided number. And remember, we said we thought there was some value there on Blocks against Ruud and his previous match. I'm seeing Sinner at minus 600. We have Zverev plus 380 to win this match. Do I think he's going to win it? No. Let's take a look at the spread. Is right now Caesars has plus 4.5 for Zverev, and I kind of find that a little bit enticing. Given the fact that that's only, I really do think yeah, you're going to get screwed if it's a 6-3, 7-5 match, and that a 6-3, 7-5 could still only be one break depending on who wins the coin toss. But I feel like we're going to see, I think we're going to see a breaker. So maybe there's a little bit of value there in the 4.5 that we're seeing. Let me know what you guys think. Post your picks in the comments. This is going to be a phenomenal match here, I think, watching these guys. Both guys playing very confidently on the clay. I think this is a big match for Sinner to show that maybe he's ready to go toe-to-toe with Sinner, especially going into Roland Garros. If he can keep this match relatively close, I think that's going to give him all the confidence in the world to move forward into the clay court Grand Slam. Let me know what you guys think. Would love to hear from you in the comments. Here's a look at our semifinal records. 2-0 for both of us, but not much to brag about. We both took the favorites here. And sorry, guys, just to be clear, I'm going with Sinner in the final to win in straight sets. I think it's going to be 2 tough sets. I think we're going to see one breaker, but I still think Sinner is going to win in straights. We'll see how we do. Post your picks in the comments. And as always, guys, thanks again for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share your picks in the comments. Share the video. We will have a draw reaction video out for the Rome Masters on May 4th. So definitely look out for that one. We will also have a Roland Garros preview video out in the next few days, going through some of the players who we think can make a run in this tournament, who we think is going to eventually hold up the trophy. So definitely look out for that. I'm looking forward to talking about all of this. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.